Hi everyone, my name is Bart and I work for IG with Luke and a couple of other guys here. It was actually meant to be like a lightning talk, so I didn't prepare any slides, so just this one. Yeah, so straight to the topic. What's the problem? Imagine you have a world of applications where, well, every app consists of some kind of a table. And it could be based on the same underlying data, but just have some columns messed around or anything, just some pictures on it, some different components or something else based on the data. So how would you approach it like normally without any additional help? So I've got some Ember app here set up for the talk. So you would start up with some Ember data model. Can you see it okay?
No, it's possible to pay.
How about now? Better?
Yeah.
Okay. So you just start with some simple Ember data model and just add some routing to your view, and then for your template, you would just end up with something like this. Just creating a table with some HTML, and that would work. You can get a nice table. You could do some different stuff with it. You can add some components here and there based on the data. It would work just fine. But then imagine you were to create a table that looks exactly like this one, but on another page, and you would have to maintain two sets of this code, basically. Well, obviously you could create a component and just feed the data into it, but then that creates another issues like maintaining your table headings and so on. So that's quite a burden. So what we decided is to make a use of Ember data. And first of all, create a component. So I'm using models table. I don't know if you ever used Ember models table. Quite useful component. It gives you lots of stuff for free. So yeah, that's the table. It's working pretty good. The issue we found using this models tables component basically was that you basically had to set up some predefined columns for your table, basically. So we had to copy this set of config every time we wanted to use a table. So we wanted to have those information saved in one place where we would have to maintain only one copy of the headings, namings, like sorting, underlying data model, and so on. So whenever we wanted to use a table similar to this one, just throw in one simple component, and you're good to go without managing stuff like different headings. So the solution we found was just use Ember data as a single source of truth. So basically, you can add on to your properties in Ember data an extra object that's basically a metadata. And you can use this easily with your tables. But the problem was, how would you go about extracting this data from your model easily and use it everywhere in your application? So we're using this pretty simple with one util here, where we just import the actual model that we want to use the table on. So users, for example, then just use the function, pass your model, and your table is generated just like that. And the magic behind it is, hold on, not this one. Yeah, there is a simple function we came up with just to extract the metadata from. Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, that should be better. Hold on. Yeah. So basically, just a simple function that takes your model and gets the metadata that you've passed, the object, basically. So you can pick any key from your model. We've got table here, so if we ask for a table, it's going to return all the stuff that's required for, well, not required, but just everything that's here. But that wasn't everything that we needed, because that's really like a generic function. All it does is takes this metadata from your model. But then we created something else that was supposed to work. That's working with the Ember models table, but it can work with any other component. We're passing a function to the util, basically, and we're just doing some magic behind classes and property names that the component takes in. So with one function call on our controller, just like that, we can have as many tables as you want, just with basically 2 lines. And that's really helpful tool, because if you would like to create another table, so that's the first table, and then there's a better table with some component here that takes the data from the model we had, and then just adds something on top of it. And to solve that, it's pretty easy. All you have to do is get the columns and just add something else on top of it. And that's well, the Ember models table way of just passing a component. It gets all the context from your controller and stuff, and you can do some pretty cool things really fast. So just to get that icon there, just 3 lines of code basically, and you've got a table like that. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. It was meant to be a quick talk. All right, thanks.